let me put it this way: when you got this to the Philippines, right? When you were in the process, what were your challenges? How were you dealing with it? How was it on your family? What was it altogether to actually start this thing up? Because it's a big thing to bring new education to a country, right? Like I think this is the first of its kind in Philippines as well. So yeah, just tell me.
Okay. First of all, the challenge was, bringing something to a conservative, non-traditional, very conservative, traditional society like the Philippines.
Hmm.
I notice in countries like the U.S., in Europe, in developed countries, all these options and alternatives are supported.
Right.
I mean, it's still a challenge, but it's
Mm.
even more challenging in societies like the Philippines that tend to be more closed.
Right.
So the parents are not open to this type of option because they still think of the name schools, the reputation, and I guess this is pretty much true around the world. But in the US, going to all those places, it was just amazing, and I wouldn't imagine that happening in the Philippines. Now, the second challenge, I think, is for all startups is the financial aspect. So I set aside funds for this,
Brilliant.
and it's a profit. And the challenge that continues to hound us till today is sustainability. And our sister brother centers, we're part of this liberated learner center. They're facing the same challenges in the US, except that the economy there is different. So it's more supportive of this type of education. Although there are liberated learner centers that have closed down, and if you run this kind of operation, you will understand why. It's a very small operation. You're not doing it for the money. And I was hoping that we could raise funds, and but again, finding people who believe in this wholeheartedly 100% is a challenge, because um, they're you know you don't meet them every day. Okay.
I agree. Yeah.
Now we come to the third challenge is the family. I was criticized by my family for working on a nonprofit. What good will this do? And it was hard for me to navigate that sometimes. And also with like my kids, I wanted my kids to go to Abotala, but the thing is, when the lockdown happened and we had to go online, and I didn't think online worked for my kids, so I'm doing something else with my kids. So I mean, at different layers and levels, you can see the challenges. But
Mm.
like any challenge in life, you just go through them, like one hurdle at a time, and the solutions just present themselves if you're
Mm.
persistent enough.